Waiting any second now for Eddie and Alex to call us. They said they were going to be calling any second right after sports, so that's what we're waiting for. But we will play you the new single that we played yesterday. It's called Me Wise Magic, and we'll let you listen to it, and then we'll give you kind of all the facts to set up what this call is going to be over the music. So go ahead and hit that, Reeds. This is with David Lee Roth, one of two songs that he did with Van Halen.
This is intended for the greatest hits package. You'll get this one, the other new one, and then Van Halen's greatest hits. So momentarily, we're hoping the phone is going to buzz. Eddie and Alex are going to call us up, and if you want to ask some questions, we may have some time for that.
Eddie and Alex been on the program before. Well, all of Van Halen has. Great guys, as you very well know. Talked to Valerie Bertanelli, Van Halen, what, about 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? She's great.
Wow. Here's Me Wise Magic.
Me Wise Magic from the Best of Volume 2. Now, the Best of Volume 1 is going to be in the stores released. It says the release date here is October 22nd. On the phone, Eddie and Alex Van Halen. Hi, guys.
Hey, good morning.
So, not much going on lately, huh?
Well, we stayed up a little late last night jamming with Daryl's grandma.
You heard that?
Oh, my God.
Could you believe how well that fit?
Hey, she's here.
Yeah, she's there.
You do need to consider that, guy. She sounded good.
Listen,
What
first,
a voice, huh?
yeah.
What a voice.
Fellas, first of all, thanks for coming on the air with us, man. This is the top of the news, and
How come you didn't play the whole song?
because she was singing over Eddie's lead.
She's older. No, she's about halfway through. No, she went solo. No.
All right, listen, Eddie, Alex, talk to us a little bit about what we've been talking about most of the week, and that is the departure of David, the extreme situation, lead singer for you guys. What can you tell us at this point as to where things stand?
Wow, the departure of Dave, that's a tricky one because he was never alluded to or anything about being in, being permanently in the band. It was just the project for the greatest hits. It started out as one song, then two, and then a possible couple of videos, which ended up not happening. And Gary Cherone, yes, 99.999%, he will be in.
Wow.
There are some contractual things that need to be ironed out, and if those things happen, then he's in.
Wow.
But contrary to any rumors or belief, I had not even met Gary till after the MTV Awards.
Really?
Yeah. Never even met the guy.
Sure, you've seen the letter, the press release that David Lee Roth sent out. And to explain this was very...
Wait. Why don't you explain it? Because he's contradicting himself right in.
That's what I was...
So I don't get it. I have no idea.
The very first part of the damn thing...
I am not a doctor.
Said, yes.
Or a psychiatrist.
It said, look, they kept telling me during the rehearsals, Dave, don't get your hopes up. Dave, this isn't going to... It's not a long-term thing. And then he goes on...
I had to tell him every other day, Dave, stop putting the cart in front of a horse that doesn't exist yet.
Wow.
I mean, he pulled a muscle in his leg preparing for a tour. And I'm going, who are you going on tour with?
All right.
No, I don't mean look, the guy was a trooper in the studio.
Right.
He hadn't sang in like 7 months. And Glenn Ballard and I, it took a little longer than we expected, but he pulled it off, did a great job.
All right,
but it was a project for the greatest hits, and that was it.
Just for the two songs, though, was it fun just for those two songs? You knew what the situation was, but was it fun to have him back for those two songs? Was it playing? Was it playtime?
It was like the 11 years that we had been apart never existed.
Wow.
Him again. Ed had run into Dave a couple of times in the last 11 years. I had not seen him for 11 years, and when I saw him, it was like time just all of a sudden stood still.
Wow.
It was nothing had changed.
Wow. All right, now talk about Gary, and now how did you come about? How did this happen? When did you start considering this guy?
Well, Ray had mentioned him. Ray Daniels, our manager.
Right.
And I guess because Extreme was, I guess Nuno's doing a solo record, and Gary's just basically been sitting around for a year and a half waiting to do another Extreme record.
Great voice.
And
No, what really happened was that Ed and Gary had the same car mechanic.
That's actually more interesting.
It's a small world.
Actually, after Daryl's grandma didn't quite work out, we had to turn somewhere.
The problem was he was a lousy cook.
All right, now listen, it's October the 22nd. The best of Volume 1's going to be in the stores. And then...
And I guess Mila's Magic is out?
Yeah, we've been... Yeah.
Why didn't you play the whole song?
Because you called.
Oh. Well, we'll hang up. Play the rest of the song. I'll call you back.
So now, we're assuming that unless something really wild happens, Gary is not going to, or is going to be in the picture. So as the best of comes out, do you guys go into the studio or on tour?
We are in the studio now.
Actually, we're having a hole cut in the drum room to make the studio bigger. And as soon as that's done...
That's because I need a bigger hat size now. I demand a bigger room.
Eddie, we talked to Valerie a couple weeks ago, and she mentioned your hip surgery. When do you go in for that?
December 16th.
All right. Now, what happened?
What happened?
Why do you need the hip surgery?
It's called avascular necrosis. It's from years of jumping and pounding on it. You know, it's like Bo Jackson. You know, it's
at the same time, it's something that could happen at any age.
Right.
Bo Jackson had it
exactly
at the age of 22.
It's just caused by trauma. You know,
Well,
constant pounding on it, jumping.
Don't take this wrong, but Daryl's mother never had to have it.
I know, but she had other problems.
Are you nervous about it, or is it something
No,
that'll be a...
not. I'm looking forward to it because it's painful, and I don't like taking painkillers. You know, I've been sober for 2 years. October 2nd, 2 days ago. 3 days ago.
Congratulations.
Happy
on
birthday.
that.
And I've slipped a few times in between, but 90. You know, I'm whatever.
We're human beings.
Yeah.
You know, you work a long day, and afterwards you sit down with a couple of buddies and you have a beer with dinner. Big deal.
Well, no, that's you, maybe, not me.
Yeah, Alex, have you considered going to Garlic Anonymous?
I'll tell you what. I still
Italian restaurant.
I still have the garlic press that you gave me the last time we were there.
Good.
Okay, it does smell like an Italian restaurant on stage.
Listen, are you guys, you know, with David, you know, being that he was the lead singer, there was such a signature sound to the band, and then Sammy, a totally different yet great signature sound to the band. Are you guys a little nervous as to how Gary is going to find his niche in the band, and if that niche will be what people wants to hear?
Not at all. I mean,
we can get serious just for 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah, Alex first.
Yeah. we can get serious for just for 1 second, and that is the band makes the music, and whoever happens to fit in as a vocalist is fine. I hear these stories about Dave saying that my songs and then Sammy saying his songs, when in reality they were all a group effort. You know, it was not his songs or anybody else. The music that we made together at the time was very special. We were very happy to do it, but there comes a time when things just don't quite go as you think they would. It's like a marriage or something, you know. There's, what do they call it, irreconcilable differences. And there's nothing you can do to change that. You know, you cannot force another person to do something that doesn't quite fit in with the big picture, so to speak.
Right.
And basically what happened was, I think that with Sammy in particular, things just ran its course, and he was in a different place in his life, and we respect that.
Well, when we hung up...
What we felt was kind of odd, though, was that he quits, and then he gets mad. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist, but something's wrong with that. It doesn't quite add up.
Okay, put it this way. If I would have told Alex, Sammy, and Mike, I'm going solo, is that me quitting or them firing me?
Right.
You know? I don't get it.
And then he gets angry afterwards.
Our last conversation was very amicable. I just said, hey, Sam, you know, you got to be a team player. When Glenn Ballard comes up here, or Bruce Fairbairn, and suggests something, or I do, or Alex does, or anybody does, you know, we don't want you to be our puppet, but,
Sure.
you know, at least try, if we ask you to, change a line here and there, just to try, see if it makes it better or not. I mean, I'm open to anything. If Bruce asks me, hey, why don't you try a six-string bass solo on the song, even though I've already done what I want to do, I try it anyway to see if it works.
Sure.
But you can't be a solo artist within a band. So all I asked him was to be a team player and be open. And he said, I'm frustrated. I want to be a solo artist. And that was it. And I said, thank you for being honest. And the very last thing he said to me was, let's remain friends. And if you ever change phone number, please call me, give it to me. And I said, vice versa. And I said, great, man, see you.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, he puts out a press release saying he quit the band. And then 3 days later, I read the calendar section. Anyone outs him, and he's been conned into this and that. I don't know what's wrong with this guy or Dave. You know?
We're not
In fact, they should start a band, Sam and Dave, you know?
I've been done.
That would probably last for 2 seconds. We wouldn't agree on anything.
You know, with all the controversy, guys, you got to admit one thing, though. I mean, it really shows.
Hey, look, I prefer to remember the good times with
Right.
both of them, including the 2 songs that we just did with Dave. You know,
Absolutely.
we had a good time. But somewhere along the line, I think, 2 minutes of public adulation at the MTV Awards, he assumed he was in. But he was never told he was in.
Well, again,
No.
he referred to that at the beginning of his letter, so it was kind of like...
Yeah, I mean, read the letter. It contradicts itself right there.
It really did. It went from Eddie did it.
He's not in the band.
Yeah.
I haven't read the letter in its entirety.
And Gary had not been auditioned. I'd never even met the guy yet.
Anyway,
Until after him. Well, I just want to clarify that one last time.
Yeah. I just want to say that I have not read the letter in its entirety, but I do know that it's very simple to call up your publicist and make up anything you want and put it in print.
Sure.
And to fight or to deny or defend against something which I basically call a phantom or lies is impossible, because then you get sucked into the same thing.
All right. Happier stuff.
I can make up some funny stories, too.
Oh, that would be happy.
Tell us one. We're going to take a nap.
All
Tell
right.
us one.
Happier stuff. Once this deal is inked, if it is going to be Gary Cherone, are you looking forward to what you're going to create in there? Are you already thinking
Well,
about
I
stuff?
mean, things happen so quick. It's like when you connect with somebody, I mean, just in a week's time, we've written 7 songs.
Wow.
And
Wow.
it's mind-boggling. I mean, Glenn Ballard came by, and Erwin Musper, our engineer, and they just said, holy, you know what?
Right.
We had no idea you could take it to another level.
So it really, really does sound good.
Yeah, and Glenn Ballard's definitely going to be involved, because after working with him, there's no point in working with another producer. So I wanted him to test drive whoever the singer is, too, and he was just floored.
Listen, guys, we would be remiss if we didn't bring this up. And this doesn't call for a yes or a no answer from you, but it is something you could check your schedules and see. On December the 6th this year, we have the Mark and Brian Christmas show. It's going to be at night this time, as opposed to in the morning. And if you guys are at a place, whether you're in the recording studio or whatever, that you'd like to unplug your stuff and come down and plug it into our stuff, and let us
I've
take
seen that drum set you have in the studio. That thing's horrible.
We'll get you something else.
Actually, the color is nice.
It is pretty, isn't it? Well, that's the important part.
But, I mean, for us to be able to introduce the new Van Halen to our stage would be, it would be the most incredible thing we could do.
Yeah,
So-
and Alex, we might even buy you a Sabian symbol.
Thanks a lot.
Sure, baby.
I'm a Peisty man myself.
Okay. Hey,
That's
guy.
not a product endorsement.
No. Now we know you're going to receive an award this weekend. Can you tell us about that?
I think
That's about all we know, really.
Yeah.
That's all we knew. Okay. Well, Rita didn't know what award it was, but we were just wondering if you knew.
I think they're starting like a, not a Walk of Fame, but, you know, like the Stars on Hollywood Boulevard, except on Sunset Boulevard. And, what is it? That's a Palladium now. Oh, yeah. But Scotty Ross just ran it. It's at the Palladium now, not in front of the whiskey. But the thing is, it's like a Walk of Fame, right? It's like a star on the, whatever.
It's the foundation-
rock and roll bands on Sunset Boulevard, and I guess we're the first ones.
It's the Foundation's Forum Award. That's
Yeah.
what you're getting.
Oh, cool.
So it's an honor, and yeah.
All right. Is it too early to talk about a tour?
That depends on my hip. You know,
Yeah.
the doctor told me complete recovery be anywhere from 4 to 6 months.
Wow.
So I don't know, but
That's gonna be-
recording-wise, I will do it in a wheelchair, laying on my back in bed. I don't care. You know. So we will forge ahead, move forward, and and go back to having fun.
Love the way you were talking about, you've already written 7 songs. That just excites everybody to hear that. You sound like you're having fun.
And it's smoking. I mean, I don't know if I can say this on the radio, but this guy's got elephant balls and he can sing like an alien, like an angel,
Like an
too.
alien?
Wow.
An alien, yeah.
Hey, listen, Eddie, one more thing. In the just tell Valerie this for us. In that TV movie she did a couple of weeks ago,
Oh, it was good, wasn't it?
she was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the best I've ever seen her do.
I got to see the real scenes with her and Colleen together.
Wow.
Eddie, how do you like her as a blonde?
He's been visiting a lot lately.
Actually, they just completed a short film for the Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah, it seems to be really kind of. She took some time, it appeared, and was a full-time mommy. But now it seems like
Now
she's.
getting down to business again, yeah.
Yeah, it's rocking too, man. Just tell her congratulations for us.
Well, Wolfgang's 5.5 now, and he just started school, and he's his own man. No, he's a grown man now.
All right, now, y'all is he picking up guitar, super talented parents?
I have. I just came out with a guitar, the Wolfgang, which PV makes. That I don't mean to push my guitar, but
Yeah.
I had a miniature, identical copy made for him, and I tune it in a Ford, and he plays it every day.
Listen, Eddie.
He loves it. I mean, thank God he got. They always say that oh God, I don't know the slam my Andy Bertanelli, but they claim that the genetics come from the grandfather, and I'm glad that he got my dad's musical genetics. Yeah.
Well, listen, a little advice for you, Eddie. I have 3 kids. When Wolfgang comes to you for help with his homework, here's what you respond with: "Go ask your mother."
That's
Yeah.
right.
Works like a charm.
I tell you, man, he already he's way beyond me on the computer. It's incredible.
These
you know?
kids, they go, man.
Hey, guys,
Yeah, no, I know.
you do us a favor and tell Michael we said hi too.
We sure
Yeah.
will.
All right, we miss him.
Okay. He's hanging out with Daryl's grandma, so we,
Ew.
He likes older women.
Let me just say, ew.
One thing, kind of quasi-serious.
Yes, sir.
And that is that Ed, Mike, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for Dave and for Sam. And I think that's part of the reason why we were kind of blindsided or hit from the side by some of the things that were said in the press. Because I'll tell you, either we weren't there or they weren't there. Because
anybody that was involved,
but again, like I said,
their reality is not what
I respect
reality is.
I respect those people, both of them, for the years that we
Oh, yeah.
were together.
We had great times
Creatively.
together, wrote some
That's
great
right.
music together, and
Yes.
and let's leave it at that. I mean, I'm not. I think we've learned our lesson that you can't win a pissing match with a skunk. Both get. Yeah, no, that's the whole point.
Which is the
So why
second
bother,
single.
I mean, they can say whatever they want. I know what the truth is in their hearts. I think hopefully they know the truth, but the man upstairs knows what happened.
Alex, Eddie, you guys have always been a class act. You really have, and you've represented yourself very well through this whole ordeal. So it's time to drop it and move on and make great rock and roll.
There you go.
Exactly.
All
That's
right,
it.
man. Thanks,
Listen,
guys.
thank you for coming on the air with us, guys. We really
Now play
appreciate
Me
it.
Wise Magic. Play the whole damn song, will you?
We'll do it. You know what? We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll do exactly that.
Thank you. 'Cause I want to hear it.
Then we'll crack the radio again.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, because it's just as exciting as when I first heard you really got me on the radio.
And plus now, plus we'll just go ahead and let you guys know the version of Me Wise Magic that we have.
Oh, you have the edited version?
Well, there is
play the long one.
we're doing the
Only a
long.
minute long.
All right, we got a thumbs up. We're doing the long one.
Thank you.
And then right at the end of it, there's a special vocalist guest, right at the end of the song that nobody else has but us. And
What?
so, yeah, it's a new mix, Ed. It's a great.
Oh, you mean you guys did it?
We're calling Atlanta again, baby.
It's Daryl's grandma.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right,
you guys.
Have a good day.
All right, well, there you go. That's why they're who they are.
If you just joined us,
Just
that was Alex and Eddie Van Halen. We were discussing throughout the last 15, 20 minutes the situation with Sammy Hagar and with David Lee Roth.
And with Gary Cherone. And I mentioned this in the conversation, but I loved the way Eddie went, oh, man, this energy, we've already written 7 songs. I can't wait to hear them. Did you just taste them?
Yeah, indeed. Ooh.
Also, in case you missed it, Eddie's comment to that was that basically it's 99.9% sure that Gary will be the new lead singer unless contractually between lawyers something comes up that stops it.
You know, I really was hoping that they were listening when we did Daryl's grandmother over Jump. Because I didn't want to take the time out of the interview to replay it for them. Thought they'd enjoy it. But they were listening, so good. All right, we're going to return to you and play that song that Eddie told us to play. So don't go away. The Mark Bryan radio program on 95.5 KLOS.
This is